Mhm. Frank the Tank on his, patented tank hero, it's always fun to watch. He's gonna be decent with the Ogre Magi as well. They've got a lot of dots here. I'm surprised they didn't pick up a, Dispel against Brewmaster and the Ogre Magi. I think an Abaddon Oracle pick would do a lot of work against, all this magical damage. But, instead, they go for, Enchantress, Ember Spirit on D2 Hustlers. So, in all likelihood, it's going to be, Esk playing the Ember in the mid lane, um,
10
I or them
seconds.
playing, Monster on the Mars in the off lane. They still need to pick up a position 1.
Five
Yeah.
Lava,
seconds. Radiant's turn
I
to
just
what do
picked.
they grab?
Ooh, that
They've
is
got
a
themselves the
great
Morphling.
pick. Yeah, good against the Mars lane. I mean, this was something I was talking about earlier. I'm surprised we haven't seen this picked into the Mars, but Morphling really strong in that lane. Doesn't really care too much about that hero. Can free farm it, but he's really good into the Ember Spirit, being able to steal the slight chains, hold this
10
Ember Spirit in place.
seconds.
Of course, giving him the Flame Guard and absorb as much magic damage as possible.
5 seconds
So
Mhm.
I
remain.
like this pick a lot. Also combos well with the Ogre Magi.
Dyer's
Yeah.
turn to
Yeah,
battle.
it's, very difficult to kill the Morphling in lane with, the Mars. Mars a lot of
Begin
time you can have the
Radiant's
ability to
battle.
attribute shift, and now they're getting rid of some of the counters to it, so they get rid of the Morphling. What's the next hero you get rid of? Oh, sorry, they get rid of the PL. What's the next hero you get rid of when you're playing, the Morphling? You probably just don't wanna deal with, either any natural Eye of Scotty holders or, illusion heroes because they don't have amazing clear for illusions right
10
now with
seconds
Yeah.
remaining.
Snapfire, Ogre Magi, Brew.
Terrorblade is probably one of them. So I'd imagine it's either going to be
5
Terrorblade
seconds
or
to
the Faceless
Dyer's
Void.
hand.
I think both
Mhm.
are pretty annoying. Like Faceless Void's Chrono
Radiant's
into
turn to
Arrow is rough. They
pick.
end up banning TA. Interesting.
Mhm.
That's really bizarre to me because Brewmaster is so good against TA. Like you have Cinder Brew and an Urn that can just ignite, burn those refractions. You can throw her into the air with the Cyclone from the Storm Panda, or the Fire Panda just has Immolation Aura. So
10 seconds
maybe
remaining.
they're just like worried about Yuma getting the TA. It is one of his better heroes, but
5 seconds.
it does leave some options still on the table here for D2 Hustlers in the safe lane.
Dyer must choose.
Anti-mage.
That is a
Ooh.
rough pick for Lava. That is a very good anti-mage pick. Like this is something Brewmaster hates playing into. You rely a lot on your Cinderbrew harassment in the lane, and now you just don't really have it, especially with the Enchantress
10
there.
seconds.
Mhm.
That's a sick pick. I like this a lot.
5 seconds.
It's not going to
Alright,
be an easy lane, though. It's not going to be an easy lane. It depends on the creeps Enchantress gets. If Enchantress doesn't get like a good creep, it's not going to be that good for the anti-mage.
It limits what they can pick in the mid lane here. I think, previously you would've wanted to probably pick up a Void Spirit or a Storm Spirit, and you can't really go for that anymore.
I'm curious,
So,
like,
I like the
if,
anti-mage for that reason. Go
yeah.
ahead.
I'm curious if they, like, I mean, they've got to pick a mid lane hero here that can deal with the anti mage. And the question is, like, do you want to just play fast and push the timing here, or do you need to pick something that can, kill the anti mage? And there's not a lot that you can pull from the mid lane that do that
Mhm.
because
Think you think you just go for Kunkka at this point? Tanky frontliner, it's able to secure you a lot of the early game. It does well enough against the Kunkka. Oh, sorry, it does well enough against, the Ember Spirit.
I think Ember
Uh,
wins the matchup like pretty heavily in lane. I think nowadays, like Ember doesn't care all that much. You can always slight dodge. You could go.
but if you try to go for something like Queen of Pain, then the anti-mage shuts that one down, pretty hard.
I
Like, you
mean,
wanna draw this out to a late game. This anti-mage pickup is pretty good, though.
what about the Invoker? Like it's
I mean,
Invoker into Anti-Mage, but you do have the Invoker option here, which is so strong into Ember. It's really good against Mars, Mirana, and Enchantress. Like maybe you can just like pick to deal with them. Otherwise,
mhm.
God no, Magnus is banned. I was like, maybe you can Magnus mid lane, but Legion's banned too. Legion would have been a fantastic pick here.
Yeah, I was about to suggest that for like the last phase of picks that I saw because the dispel would have been dispel for D2 hustlers would have been really good, but that one has already been banned out. Like you could have run Mars in the mid lane and then Ember. Sorry, yeah, Mars in the mid lane, Ember in the safe lane, and then Legion Commander in the off lane.
Riki.
My
Select your
boy.
All
hero.
right,
My
that's a
boy.
hero that you don't see too
Choice.
often anymore. Ricky, you take the stage today. Congratulations, my dude.
Round of applause for all you Ricky fans out there. I know there's one at least. This
You
is
can't
like,
see them, though.
yeah, you can't see them. There's a reason. It is one of the classic counters into the anti-mage, right? Like this, there's a reason this hero gets picked. I mean, on paper, you look at this, you're against Mirana, Ember, and anti-mage. Like, there's not many better Ricky games. Like honestly, like you're gonna force them to get four staffs on Mirana, on the Enchantress. You have to play fast here. I actually think he goes the Meteor Hammer build, unironically.
The Meteor, you want to see
Oh
position
no, it's
one
on
Meteor Hammer Ricky.
Kataro at Ricky.
Yeah, this is position 1, and this is Leo style in the mid lane.
Oh boy. I
Yeah.
don't agree with that.
Strap in, Ricky. You're in for a wild ride.
Oh man. We'll see how it goes.
Now, here's the question. Does this go to 3 games? It would be a goddamn tragedy if we just saw 2 quick 2-0s today, given the fact that every other game that happened in the playoffs in Americas has been 2-1 so far. I need this to go to 3 games here, Ricky.
I'm gonna say, for no particular bias at all, that the Ricky team wins. Obviously, there's just no doubt in my mind.
I know they were looking good earlier, but the Morphling and the Ricky lineup, it might be a little bit much. I don't know. I feel like you've got a lot of single target damage. You don't have much AoE, but the Ricky pickup out of nowhere will shut down the anti-mage if it can come online fast enough.
Well, if there was ever a time I was curious what a safe lane Ricky would build, I guess this is going to be a good case study for that. Leo style is going to go mid lane on the Morphling into the Ember. This is actually a really good Morphling lane. Like, you're really fine with this. I know there's been times I've seen Gunner do this exact matchup, like pick the Morphling into it. Smoke actually just barely doesn't pop, and he gets the ward out in the mid lane. That was very close. Anti-Mage has like the weird new like kind of golden set with the golden immortal like shoulder piece and 1 golden basher. So this is an interesting set.
30 seconds to battle.
Oh yeah, you really do.
It's got a lot of gold.
Image of the broken blade. I mean, you got to be swagged out.
I mean, my anti-mage is swagged out.
Kills
I will say maybe I need to get myself that golden cloak, but I have the regular, but I didn't know there was a golden one. That one's pretty neat.
Golden Origins of Faith. I don't even know what this is from. One of like the TI caches.
Yeah, it was a TI cache a long time ago.
Well, it looks tradable. If you play your cards right, and Yuma really likes you, might just sell it to you.
I don't want to take from someone as great as Yuma. I want him to be able to keep styling out on his anti-mage. But here we are. We are into game number 2. For those of you who are just joining, it is D2 Hustlers here versus Lava. It's the lower bracket round 2 and elimination series. Lava currently up 1-0, and they 24 pick a Ricky in the safe lane. Now, before anyone mauls, I will say Ricky Maru multiple times in this game. It is his old name, and you can deal with it. I don't care.
That's his slave name, man. Come on. All right. So the mid lane, again, Leo style up against S. We got Morphling against the Ember Spirit here. In the top lane, Kataro is going to be playing position 1 Ricky. He's got to be as aggressive as possible the first couple of levels, I think, taking advantage of the fact that he has high base damage, because the abilities and his agility don't really scale at all going up. So if he can't, keep him at low HP here, then they're going to be able to turn it around on him pretty quick. The Ogre is an excellent lane partner for him, though. He can just put his body on the line, get tons of HP and armor, tons of HP regen. So positive force for trading with the Mirana and the Mars here. In the bottom lane, Anti-Mage, he's not doing well for himself so far, but he's managed to pull the way back to the tower, so he's going to need a couple safe last hits over here.
He's got basically, he had like a 2 full waves plus a 3rd one coming in, so Yuma should be okay, because he'll be able to CS this pretty freely under his tower here. And Divide Llama has just been dumping damage in with this impetus.
Mm-hmm. Usually you see them take advantage of enchant and then run at them with creeps the first level, but they haven't had the opportunity to do that just yet.
They've done a really good job at blocking.
Yeah.
Sentry on 1, Kim body blocking the other, so Divide Llama has no creeps to work with here. And I mean, other than walking to the enemy triangle, but what are his options there? Okay, there is a Satyr Tormentor. It would
I mean,
actually be a pretty sick pick, but
it takes so long to walk over
Yeah.
there as well. End up losing Yuma.
okay. Well, don't know how Jerry missed that one. We looked top for 1 second, and somehow first blood happens top. Or bottom Neph, you want to like walk us through what happened there?
Yeah, Anti-Mage walked up. Snapfire has Little Shredder, and then they just clicked him down.
Oh, okay, that seems pretty good.
Yeah, he was sitting at 2 low HP when he was trying to do that one. Now they're gonna turn things around on Kim though.
Well, are they?
Yep.
Yeah, it will take him. We'll be able to find the kill there. Nice return.
I deliver thee unto death.
Yeah, a nice find. So it'll give Yuma at the very least a recovery kill. He doesn't have any last hits to his name right now, so that one kill is worth quite a bit. He'll get himself his ring of health. So you can be a little bit trickier zoning him out of the lane now.
Yeah, that's a big pickup. Honestly, that ring of health is pretty huge for the anti-mage.
She's mine.
But yeah, you want to shut down this anti-mage as much as possible, and you want to make sure that Ricky gets a very quick defusal blade this game. He's going to go for Orb of Corrosion first, but you want to be as active as possible as your pause one. Leo style up in the mid lane, he's going to be your actual carry. But Kataro needs to have like a secure first like 10-15 minutes of the game, and then he falls off, makes space, and then plays a lot like a mid laner would, while Leo style becomes like the true position one. That's what they're going for with this draft.
I'm actually fine with him going for the Meteor Hammer Ricky build here. I mean, he's got this Orb of Corrosion queued up, but
There's no way he goes for it. There's no
Dude,
way he goes
this-
position 1 Meteor Hammer. Rick. You are cracked, my friend.
dude, the Sleeping Dart Meteor Hammer build is really strong, and you're against Mirana Enchantress, like, it's pretty good. Ogre Magi top lane falling low. Bloodlust comes out onto Kataro. MJZ, one last Fire Blast with a leap forward from Flea. He's trying to finish off the kill, but doesn't want to use that last leap to jump over the wall there. What a dodge by the Ricky. He will get him with the tricks of the trade there, and Flea has a leap left. We'll use it, but he is just going to get chased down here, dude. MJZ is just toying with them. Blink Strike up. Flea will pop that stick, but it's not going to be enough. Double kill for the Ricky now.
2 kills going his way. Amazing. This is why you're not going Meteor Hammer after this one. He's getting his power treads. He's Huh? All right, we see a disconnect. All right, meanwhile, in the bottom lane, they did end up losing the Enchantress real quick. They just ended up running at him, and they got themselves some earn charges on the Brewmaster already. So this is the proper way of playing Brewmaster. You have 2 points Cinder Brew, 1 point Thunderclap, so you can just walk them down with a huge movement speed slow. Does need his boots of speed done, though. I really don't like it when they don't pick up the Under Shadows on the Brewmaster. If you're going to go for the Cinder Brew build, max that one out, you need to pick up the Urn.
Yep, I
Plus,
agree.
it does a lot of work against the Enchantress as well. If once you turn that one into a Spirit Vessel, she's not going to be able to just Nature's Attendants and run away. Those become free kills for the Brewmaster.
It's such a good Spirit Vessel game. I mean, if you look at it on paper, like, this is a very, very, very good Spirit Vessel game. So I'll be surprised if Frank doesn't at least go back for it. Did he just... He suicide, right? Okay, he did. Meanwhile, Esk managed to find a kill on Leo style mid. Was that with the help of the Mirana? Did they arrow him?
Yeah. Yeah, the arrow ended up connecting. He did 180 magical damage. I don't think he saw that one coming. He might have been looking elsewhere. So he wasn't morphing over to strength when that one connected with him. He just dropped too fast. He even had 6 wand charges and a fairy fire when he went down. Lapse in judgment or just not paying attention for a single moment when you're playing Morphling and you're up against a Mirana, you end up paying for that one pretty heavily. So Leo style gone down, and Ember Spirit now winning the mid lane pretty hard. 600 net worth advantage from the enemy mid this early.
That is pretty substantial. Bottom lane, Frank, they went aggressive onto Yuma, managed to do a ton of damage, but did turn it around, dealing quite a bit back on over to the Brewmaster, so he needs to be careful.
Yep. And he's just going to continue to exist down here. He's got 3 tangos available, so he's going to be able to heal up a little bit.
Got the double boulder toss here, ready to do it.
They're looking
Divine
for
Llama.
Frank with it.
Yeah,
There it is. There's one.
Jump forward.
Get
The
with
second one. I mean, they're not going to
There
find
it
the
is.
kill, but, you know, that's some good harassment for sure.
Yep. Top lane try to commit onto the Mars, but Salve's back up. And the mid lane, Rune ends up spawning top, so neither of them ends up getting it. Esk, he already had the Revenant sitting there, though, so...
Well done by him. Top lane arrow. Not going to connect from Flea, and Kataro instead just wants to get aggressive, stand on top of this Mirana. You got this... Well, you get the TP out, I guess. He's totally safe. Where is Kataro's money? Is it all on his courier?
Kataro bought power treads.
Okay. Ended up going back for treads.
Yep. He's got power. Yeah, he's got power treads and what? Raindrops, rolling blade, magic wand. So that all adds up. End up losing Kim again. I
They have the
you've been
urn
dying
on
a
Esk.
lot if you have the supports in the bottom lane.
So we're going to see the Ember Spirit here, most likely going for a Spirit Vessel himself. Makes a lot of sense. I mean, you need it to deal with the Morphling eventually. It's also very good against the Brewmaster.
Against the Morphling especially, though. We see this build more often when the Spirit Vessel gave, like, the aura that reduced HP regeneration.
Yeah.
Ember Spirit would pick it up almost every single game, but if you're playing against a mid Morphling, you want to be able to shut this guy down. You're going to be part of the majority of these kills as well. They're coming on to Kim, and there's no way you get away from this one.
Yeah, this is a really nice call here because he wants to get those Spirit Vessel charge or the Urn charges starting to roll. So that'll be the first two going the way of Esk there.
We'll give Leo Style a little bit of time to try to catch back up, but again, still sitting 600 net worth behind the enemy mid laner. He's not having the best game so far. If he can get himself a possessed master or something like that, the game becomes a little bit easier. But he's gonna have get a pretty lucky roll for that one. All right, and up at the top lane, Kataro pulling over the creeps. He's got a Blade of Alacrity queued up, so he's probably going to be going for the Diffusal Blade. It makes the most sense against the Anti-Mage. I mean, I know you wanted the Meteor Hammer, and it's very funny. All right, over in the river, MJZ, he's going to go down.
Yeah, it was a nice fight here. Esk just opens it up on top of him. Yuma joining the fight, trying to get on top of Leo Style, and he's completely mana burn, no mana void for this, and Esk trying to get in range, doesn't get the shackles, though. He's got a remnant to work with. He's going to go for the chase. DD Rune not going to be able to be picked up, and Leo Style kind of baits them out for a while, and Frank continuing the aggression with that primal split just before it ends, finding a kill there onto Flea.
Now Leo Style going to heal back up, courtesy of that urn. So they managed to find themselves 2 kills while Ricky farms away. Oh, things going well for him, and they even the game back out. Again, the Morphling, he's not having the best game so far. That'll turn around once he does complete Diffusal Blade. Yeah, he's got to queue it up now. And I know you very much wanted I know you very much wanted to see the Sleeping Dart Meteor Hammer build, but you have to wait at least until 20 minutes before that one is that useful. Because you have to wait for the Aghanim Shard. And it's around like the 15-minute mark where you trade off and the Morphling becomes your position 1.
All right, hear me out. He's going Diffusal into Meteor Hammer.
I refuse to hear you, Adam.
I know, it's not happening.
You've lost analyst
I
position.
want it, dude. I want it to happen so bad. No, smoke to the top lane. They're trying to maybe find this Ricky here, but he's so difficult to find. They do drop the ward. However, they're not going to scout Kataro as he's just sneaking by. Just barely misses. They don't catch. Oh, they did see him for a moment with the tricks of the trade, but don't think they're going to be able to get on top of him in time.
Right
yeah.
now.
He saw Flea running by, so I think he's okay.
Yeah, and he's going to see that arrow as well.
And Kim's going to finish off bottom tower here. MJZ TPing top. Looks like he wants to try and protect this tower. The Bloodlust will help out quite a bit, but this Enchantress creep is very annoying.
Yeah, I'm trying to pull the creeps off the tower as well. But yeah, this thing, 1500 HP on the Dark Troll Summoner with the extra 50 damage. This thing is actually doing a significant amount of damage to the tower. That monster's clearing out the creep way from behind, so it looks like they're going to be able to grab this tower on this push. They have a lot of heroes rotating, trying to find the kill somewhere around the building.
Flea looks like he wants to come in as well. Maybe just pressure the ogre. I think MJZ has accepted his fate here. He sees them starting to go for the wraparound. His monster is already behind him. God's Rebuke comes through, but Frank is here. Spear will be able to take down that ogre, but the question is, can they get away from this Brewmaster and Katara? The Blink Strike floor, Flea, he has no TP and Monster, and that's a fantastic target if they can get on top of him, and pretty easily do. Cookie with that. They will find themselves 2 as a return.
Yeah. Frank already looking pretty big. Again, dropping the Urn in the Shadows, Cinder Brew onto the Enchantress, finish them off with the creeps. Unfortunately wasn't able to save him with that Mars Arena either. And he's more than halfway to his Egg and Scepter. If he gets that super early, there's no way that D2 Monsters are going to be able to take a team fight against them. The strength of having double Primal Split.
Yeah, it is very good.
Massive uptime. It is so good if you can get that super early.
And then he still goes back for that Spirit Vessel too, right? Like, I imagine he would. Mid lane fortification comes out. Monster doesn't have the arena to work with, so.
Yep. No Blink Dagger either. You can spear him back to the tower at this point. He set up a pretty easy kill, but he's just forced to hide in the trees and let the enemies walk away at that point. They really want to put more pressure on this mid tower, and he's got 3 points of Little Shredder, so they're looking to take map control here. Aggressive movements here by Ask in the mid lane.
Looks like Anti-Mage is almost to that Battle Fury. Pretty good, closing in, getting close.
He's doing much better for himself now. He's a little bit of space to farm. Ricky almost has the Diffusal Blade as well, and that's his major timing. Once he's got that one, it's going to be his job to move around the map to test the Anti-Mage's farm. And you are able to find the solo kills off on the Anti-Mage with the Ricky with the Diffusal Blade. If you're quick with it.
I think you need a little bit of help. Like, I don't know if he has all of the damage necessary, but it is, the main thing is, like you said, just slowing him contesting his farm, making sure that he doesn't pick up this, like, this second and third item. Bottom lane fight breaks out here. Divide Llama being aggressive, but Esk with this haste rune is going to feel pretty dang safe. Enchantress on the backside. Safe for the moment, but Leo style ends up picking him up with that Sleight of Fist. Stuck inside the arena, and a spear comes out perfectly timed. It will grab that Morphling. That's the big kill. Spirit Vessel now out onto the Ricky. He doesn't have a lot of cooldowns. Tricks of the Trade does come down, but a sentry in from Fleet plus the dust. He's trying to grab S. Will be able to hold him in place, but the Spirit comes through. They get the kill, and S, he's still alive, surviving through it all. MJZ now the one in trouble. There's going to be the split coming through from Frank, but he doesn't have detection. Monster's out as well as the rest of the team.
Oh, they figures out where he is. He's going to appear in just a second. Frank, he's got the Earth Panda beside him.
He does,
Is that
but
the rock?
Enchantress coming through. Gets the tornado. Will he? Spirit comes out. He needs the Cinder Brew. It's not going to happen. Frank's out. Enchantress just doing so much work here.
Yeah, on the other side of the fight, Flea managed to find the kill off onto Kim as well. Leo's now turned it around.
And Esk is back.
Now in the tower.
As now getting his 4th Vessel charge now, and this is when things get really difficult. I mean, we saw just how much work the Spirit Vessel was doing in this fight. Ember Spirit, I mean, fight recap's kind of botched, but when isn't it?
Yeah, that fight recap is completely botched. Not a chance. But it was a super sick fight there. The biggest thing was the fact that they get the kill off onto the Ricky when he wasn't very tanky. Just nuked that guy down. Because he was on top of the Ember Spirit. The Ember Spirit goes down there. It is a completely different fight. Ricky's probably able to get on top of a second target as well. Now he's almost got his Maelstrom done. Well, once he's got the Maelstrom Spirit Vessel, you know, it's going to be very easy for him to find kills on the Morphling. It's going to be very easy for him to shove out the creep waves. And I would say that all of that was a consequence of Morphling not being able to get his attribute chip. He died sitting at 1100 HP.
Yeah.
This is, you know, without any healing reduction that they're finding these kills in a Morphling right now. Leo Style has died twice when he had no business going down just because he was a little bit too slow on his attribute chip.
Kotaro finds Enchantress there, sets up an easy kill with the help of the Mortimer Kisses, and this is what you need to be doing on this hero. You gotta be finding these important kills. I mean, Enchantress, relatively important, but in general, he needs to be finding kills.
Yep. He needs to be finding kills on the Anti-Mage more than anything else, though, but Anti-Mage is off on the other side of the map farming by himself. Once he's got his Manta Style, Ricky isn't nearly as much of a threat. He's able to Manta Style off the Diffusal Blade slow, and then, you know, walk away.
Ooh, Blink Arena Spear in from Monster. Goodbye, Snapfire. Okay, Slight Chains out from S. Does catch the Ricky. He's got Vessel charges to work with, but afraid to fight here, it looks like. They don't want to risk it.
Yep.
Well, I say that. MJZ, he's pretty far forward. Arrow's going to come through. It does catch, and Ogre's just dead. That easy. Monster comes in. Spear does catch the Morphling, but he's protected for the moment, and in comes Ricky just holding this Ember Spirit in place. He's just going to get crushed.
The lesson was...
Enchantress thrown into the air as well. Rock coming out onto Flea, and I think Ricky's ready to blink on top of him.
He's looking like it. He doesn't have that Diffusal for 3 more seconds, but he's got the damage. Katara will find himself another.
Nice find.
Neph,
They
I'm not
managed to
sure
turn
if
that one around.
I'm not sure if you noticed, but he does have that Blade of Alacrity and the Yasha queued up. That's a very weird way of building into a Meteor Hammer. I don't know.
It is a very strange pathway to meeting him. You know, a lot of players, they've got different preferences of what they want to go. All right, another kill.
Yeah, Kentaro doing a fantastic job here on the Ricky this game. Like we said from the draft, I mean, it's a great Ricky game. Into this Ember Spirit, into the Anti-Mage. They just got to be able to slow down this AM, who, unfortunately for them, is at the top of the net worth, going for that Manta style.
And I don't know if you're making the right move with the Ricky if you're not slowing down this Anti-Mage's game.
They catch
Right?
the Ogre,
Run for
Leo
you.
style,
You're gonna be
pops a
able-
haste rune, he's out.
Yeah. But yeah, if this Anti-Mage's farm isn't getting slowed down, then there's not much point of this Ricky pick. I mean, again, he's passing the baton over to Leo style. Leo style becomes the true position one of this game, and Kentaro's job is to shut down the AM. And if the AM is sitting at the top of the net worth, then I feel like you're not doing your job properly, and they shouldn't have bothered with this Ricky pick at all. Aghanim Scepter now done on the Brewmaster, by the way. That one is going to be huge. He's got 2 points in the Primal Split now as well.
All right, Blink Arena Spear from Monsters sets up a kill here for Yuma, as he's gonna be the easy recipient of that one. And like you said, he's on the way to that Manta, the ultimate orb being flown out right now rather than the Yasha. He just wants to have those stats, and he also gets a Pupil's Gift. So this Anti-Mage just got significantly more tanky. Brewmaster catches a spear. The arena, not necessary, not even available, but the spear will help connect for that arrow. They get the kill. Qatar on the backside. He's just 1v3 right now. Tricks of the trade, holding the Ember Spirit in place. He's got a lot of damage, but he's alone. And a nice slight chains onto two. The Ricky in trouble. Spirit up as well. D2 Hustlers just crushing lava here in these fights.
Yeah, couldn't finish off that Ember Spirit. He pops the wand, by the way, in order to keep himself alive. He's going to TV back to base and head right back in. Yeah, very unfortunate beginning of that team fight. Caught out by the root into a stun from the Spear of Mars, into a stun from an arrow, just disabled for way too long on this the Brewmaster. So he's probably going to get himself either some status resistance or an Aeon Disc. I'm thinking Aeon Disc is his next item, because even though you shouldn't be worried about getting stun locked this game, given that your only true disables are the arrow and the Spear of Mars, it keeps happening to Morphling, and it just happened to Brewmaster.
He needs to just get a BKB, I think. Like,
Yeah.
it gives him enough effective. It'll give him enough HP to like guarantee the the BKB Ags, you know, Primal Split or whatever. But maybe he does just go Aeon Disc. It feels bad now.
Yeah, you know what? I'm with you. I think a BKB is probably a smarter pickup.
Ember Spirit top lane does get out. Mortimer Kiss is used in the process.
They're trying to scout him out with it, but they can't find him.
Running back up here,
Anti-Mage.
Yuma, his Manta being delivered. He's ready to go.
Yeah.
They
gonna
smoke up
focus
on lava.
Is under attack.
They're way on top of this hill. I mean, Anti-Mage doesn't have that much to be afraid of as long as he doesn't waste this.
Oh, he gets the
Meta
blink
style.
out. Well done by Monster there, able to dodge out this gank. Frank does need to be careful. I mean, if he's the one that they initiate on, they can definitely kill him at the moment. But looks like they're just dodging on the side of D2 Hustlers. They're just making space. Anti-Mage is bottom, farming it up. All right, into Roche they go. Lava, I mean, they take this pretty dang fast here with the Morphling.
Yeah, the double damage rune on the Morphling, he just does so much. That attack so quickly.
Arena Spear, he caught the Morph! He goes down, Roshan claps him. Inside the pit though, Kim also falling incredibly low. They are doing work here with this Panda, but Kentaro, he's got to do some heavy lifting here on this Ricky. The Roshan about to fall. Who's gonna get it? Divine Llama, he's on top of it, so is Kentaro. Yuma wants to go in. He pops the Mana Void, and Divine Llama, he's the one who grabs the Aegis. Kentaro jumps to the backside, able to get the kill, but Anti-Mage follows him. He gets the trade. Thrown to the air is going to be the Ember, but they just want to stay on top of the earth. Panda, obviously, he has the Ags, though, so he can just split this one off, and he will do exactly that. Both split charges here committed by the Brewmaster, and, you know, having Aegis on the Enchantress, not ideal, but it is definitely better than giving on over to the enemy Morphling or the enemy Ricky.
Yeah, I just outclicked him there on Devi. Well played there. So, giving that one up, like you said, to Kentaro is a pretty big deal. And Leo style going down again. This is the third time we didn't manage to get the attribute shift off before he got stunned. The only 2 stuns, again, it's just the Spear of Mars and the arrow. This shouldn't be enough to bring down the Morphling, but they keep getting him.
Now, the good news for him is that the kill went to Roshan, not to D2 Hustlers. So, you know, that was some, you know, silver linings there for Lava, but you're right. Leo Style can't really afford to keep going down on the Morphling like this. Like, his net worth, like, compare that to the Anti-Mage, which is the real carry matchup.
Not even close. I mean, Ricky's doing fairly well for himself. He's almost got his Manta style, but it's not like your Manta's going to be a game-changing item. Meanwhile, this AM who's... Alright, the AM is going for Aghanim Scepter.
It's actually a pretty sick. Alright, smoke up here. They managed to catch the Morphling. The Arena Spear, he gets the Morph off this time, but the Spirit Vessel's there, plus the arrow. He's in a lot of trouble, but they don't have the Anti-Mage at the fight. Finally, he TP's in. Yuma, he wants to get on top of this Morphling, but he is alone. He needs to be careful, and it's Frank finally going to get the split off. S got to be careful. He's just going to get claimed there, but he's stuck inside the cloud. Can S get out? The stun is there. They managed to grab him. They lose the Ember.
About to lose Kim, though. Yuma on the backside of the team fight. He doesn't have enough mana to keep going, though, so...
Frank doesn't have another split, so... Oh, he does have another regen. Okay, that is a pretty nice pickup. Yuma. Caught by Katara here in the mid lane, taking a lot of damage. He gets the reflection off, though.
So they're not able to keep him in place because of that. Oh, ho, ho.
Did he...
So there's certain abilities that, if you counterspell, it doesn't
like
cast
Blink
the ability
Strike,
back to
I
the
guess,
hero.
was
Blink Strike
one of
is
them?
one of them. Yep.
Interesting.
I think there's only like 2 or 3 abilities in the game that are like that. Blink Strike is one of them.
That's
It'll just
weird.
block it like a Lincoln Sphere. Yeah. That's your fun counterspell fact of the day.
Thank you, Neph. Normally,
You're
people
welcome.
have to pay for that type of educational content.
Yeah. You can find me at gameleap.com/speed.
That's spelled NEPHSENSEI. Mid lane, Kim finds Vailama. Arrow's gonna come through, not connect, but the slight chains in that vessel doing a lot of work onto the Snapfire. Kim's gonna be forced to back on out into Vailama. He's gonna be safe. See, do you have shard? He doesn't have the shard yet. Okay. I was like, I feel like that would have stunned, but doesn't have the shard quite yet. Moonlight Shadow comes through. They did put a sentry down, and well, that's the blink fragment onto the Anti-Mage. He just sends that forward to help finish off that Ogre.
Doesn't want to put his own hero in danger. A bit of a coward's move in my opinion, but you know, if it works, it works.
I mean, the blink fragment is pretty cool.
Yeah, it is.
You just never know which was the real Anti-Mage, because it can cast counterspell. Like, yeah, it's a really good ability. I think this is like one of my favorites. He just role plays as his old brother Terrorblade.
What a bounty!
Shout out to Dota
yes.
1 lore when that was a thing.
I miss those days. Well, not really. The game wasn't very balanced back then.
No.
Not
Gambler
at all.
existed for a hot moment. That's when you know things were bad.
I love turning money into damage and losing the game.
Yes, very nice.
Great.
Flea mid lane. He's got a gem now. He's going to actually walk right into the Snapfire. Managed to dodge out that Scatter Blast, so he's going to know where the rest of the Lava team are.
Radiant structures are fortified.
He was putting some damage onto this bottom tier 2 tower, but Yuma's already taken the top one.
Forward. Radiant are scanning for enemies.
And he's on his way to his Eye of Scotty. I mean, he just wants to tank up here on the Anti-Mage. One of the things you hate doing on this hero is going for like an MKB or a BKB because of the Ricky. But, I mean, that mischance is a huge issue. 75% inside the smokescreen.
Radiant's bottom
And I imagine he's just going to keep going the smokescreen talents. I mean, he's got the smokescreen cooldown. Here on the tier 3 tower. He gets the blink out. He's out. Monster
Kinda.
actually kind of whiffed that arena, but it's all right.
Yeah, I mean, they did a lot of damage to the tier 3 tower. They can stall for 90 seconds as well. It's not the end of the world. They're going to hang around here for a little bit, though. I think Frank is just going to assume that everybody got back. They land a stun. And again, this guy doesn't have a BKB. He doesn't have an Aeon Disc.
They go in, Blink Spear onto the tower with the arrows set up. They can bring him down fast enough, and they will. Fantastic pick off there from the side of D2 Hustlers. War Staff's outside of that smoke screen, and they're safe. Kataro, he's got a Manta, so he should be all right. Backside of the fight, though, they're going to run into the 3 heroes here of Lava. They get the spear out onto the Mars. Yuma getting ready to go in, but he's also got to be careful. He knows they're here. Neo Style pops an Invis rune. Divine Llama, he gets a D-ward, but it costs him his life.
Up on 2 heroes, yeah. You get the people that were, probably easiest to find, the Mars and the Enchantress. Not much you can do about that one on the way out. But again, they did a lot of damage to that tier 3 tower in the top lane. So Rax is going to be on their mind pretty soon. And Morphling's still a very long way from coming online. He's sitting 5,000 net worth behind the anti-mage. He's going for a Eagle Song, which will help him a lot against the AM. Being able to just ethereal himself, walk away, bottom lane, flee.
Yeah, looks like he's going to be fine. Used his leap charges, though. Frank TPing into the tower as well. Looks like he just wants to fight.
Yep. I mean, this is their goal. They want to be able to make space for Morphling. I'm not sure how active Leo Style should be in these kills, though. He's going to be moving around a lot with his team.
I think Frank,
in reality, he needs farm.
He's just going to cut the wave. The rest of his team is actually pretty dang close, so he's just kind of dangling here, as we like to call it.
Love dangling.
When do you plan to officially change your name to Danglin? I know it was on your mind for a while.
That's my handle.
Yeah.
DPC caster Danglin. Made some wild statements the other day.
Titan Sliver drop there. That's pretty nice.
Yeah, they'll pass that one over to Anti-Mage.
Very close
Roshan.
game here. 26-20, a 5k gold lead. And yeah, Roshan, potential to respawn in, what, 10 seconds there? So,
Yeah,
on both teams' minds.
He wants to finish up his Ives Gotti before the next team fight. Again, this Morphling is starting to become a little bit of a problem. You're far enough ahead of him that you're able to fake him in a 1v1 fight, but you don't want him to be able to get away from you. Plus, if you can get like the Ives Gotti hits plus the Spirit Vessel off onto him, he is not healing much at all when he starts attribute shifting into the strength. So that's going to be the next goal of the anti-mage before they look for this team fight. Roshan's going to be 1 minute and 35 seconds until it respawns, so they've got a little bit of time to farm up these items. And Lava, it's pretty crucial for them to get their next set of items before the next team fight. I'm not sure how much their Fresher Orb is going to help this Brewmaster. At a certain point, I think it's less so about him actually getting the 4 ultimates off and more so about whether or not he gets initiated on and blown up at the start of a team fight, which we saw the last 2 fights.
He is a lot tankier now than he was. Like, he also has the Cloak of Flames now.
Yeah.
He picked up his 350 health talent. Like, Frank is quite tanky. Mid lane? All right, looks like they find a kill there onto the Ogre Magi. The funny thing is like, Anti-Mage, once he has his level 25 and has the Mana Void cooldown, he can just, like, triple Blink Fragment a support and then just Mana Void them from Fog.
Yeah.
That's pretty neat. I can't wait to see that one.
Doesn't need to fight himself anymore. He's got his money for his Ives Gotti.
Ooh, that spear. Very close. I mean, Leo Style would have gotten the morph off, but still pretty interesting. But E-Blade completed like you were talking about, and now he's queued up a Silver Edge of all items.
Interesting. I guess he wants to break the anti-mage, then blow him up.
I mean, there's a smoke out here from Lava. Good. I mean, wards here in the mid lane. Gonna scout a lot of this. I mean, they know those aren't real, but they don't really know where the heroes here of Lava are. They're just gonna hold the high ground.
Well,
And
Lava does know where D2 Hustlers is. Well, I thought they had a pretty good idea, but they're actually moving up into their
Yuma's
base.
just gonna force them back. I mean, this is such a smart play. It's like they just know there's smoke, trying to go for a wraparound, and Yuma's like, fine, I'll just take your base. Fortification comes out, arrow, it connects onto the Snapfire. He blinks over and he gets the kill so easily. The Spirit catches the anti-mage, or I'm sorry, not the anti-mage.
The Ricky.
The Ricky. All right, 2 dead without buyback. It's about as bad as it gets. They've also managed to find the Ogre on the backside. Frankie gets that Enchantress. Pretty quick kill for him, but the Blink Fragments are just doing work. And Leo Style, he's out of mana. Your Morphling is dead here. I mean, it's going to take him a second, and he has buyback, but this is a disaster for Lava. All dying inside their base, basically. And Yuma on this anti-mage. Gonna force the second split there from Frank, and the only thing he can really do is buy time. And he reflects the Cyclone.
Oh, no.
He has a jab. He knew it was coming.
Yeah, at the very least, the tier 2 is still standing, but they lose the racks off of that one. They lose their 2 cores. Excuse me. They lose the 2 cores off of that one, but all they found on the backline was the Enchantress. Like, the initiation was horrible. They end up catching the Snapfire. They lose the Ricky immediately afterwards. I'd say that Monster is, securing them this game. All the spears that he lands in these team fights are so clutch. There are several fights where, Brewmaster comes in, he's ready to initiate, a spear comes out, and it lines up a perfect arrow for Flea afterwards. I'd say that probably the MVP of this match is the Spears of Mars, because they don't have a ton of lockdown, but every time he gets it.
They managed to find the Ogre here. And with the Anti-Mage, a pretty easy pickup on the backside. It's going to be Kataro. If they can bring him down as well, he's in a lot of trouble. Yuma does the Manta, though. As Force Staff saved there from Flea, and he will blink out. They force a buyback and a reaction from Lava. Costs them pretty much nothing.
Yeah. Kind of low on mana right now on the Anti-Mage, so Ember Spirit passes Yuma's bottle. He's going to bottle back up.
I mean, he gets an Illusion Rune. It's going to be so much more annoying to deal with. They did smoke up here on Lava. Kataro, I actually don't see quite yet on the low ground, but it is so scary to go out here on Lava. If you get picked off at this point of the game, I mean, you don't have buyback on any of your 5 heroes. It's close on Brewmaster, Ricky, Snapfire, and Morphling. Like, all of them just limited by a couple hundred gold. But
yeah, now hear me out, Ricky.
Yep.
So you've got 3 Blink Fragments. And then you've got a Manta Style for 2 more illusions. That makes 5. And then you have an Illusion Rune for 2 more. So you've got 7 Anti-Mages running around the team fight, potentially.
Yes. I hear you.
Sorry, 8 if you include the hero.
Yes.
Very cool.
Yeah. No, that's why I was like, that's why I said it's going to be super annoying. He's got a Manta and the Illusion Rune, and allows him to just get out of pretty much anything here. He will pop the Illusion Rune, and those are going to do some serious damage to this mid tower unless you deal with them. Like, it's going to tick down. They're just afraid. Yuma is going to continue putting on pressure, and this mid tower will eventually fall, but they will catch Divide Llama. The E-Blade combo there will be enough. The first hit bash onto the Ember Spirit. He pops the BKB. Monster has to be careful. He's able to root Kataro in place, pops that, but on the backside of the fight, Snap4, she's going to get melted by Yuma, and it's like minimal commitment from him. In comes the arena. Ogre Magi goes down. Kataro stuck inside. Anti-Mage, he's on the Morphling with this Ayaskati. He can't go anywhere. Pops the Manta, trying to stay on top of this hero, and avoid in a couple seconds. An arrow from downtown. He gets it. Yuma finds the kill. Double. And now a buyback in from the Anti-Mage, and there's gonna be the refresher from Flank. Pops that like 3rd primal split of this fight, but what can you do? You've lost 3 heroes, and Yuma is just picking you apart here on this Anti-Mage.
Yeah, Ricky's got no buyback for another, got 75 gold, and in that team fight, they got kited around by the Anti-Mage. The Ricky first committed onto Illusion, thinking it was the real hero, and threw the smoke onto it as well. Then tried to jump the Anti-Mage with his second blink trick, but it got counterspelled, so it just got deactivated like a Lingot Sphere. The Ricky can't do his job of getting on the AM, and I feel like he failed to do it in the earlier parts of the game. We were supposed to slow down his farm, and now he's way too much of a problem. This AM last pick was just incredible.
They get the chain stun.
Now.
See if they can actually bring him down, but it looks like Yuma's fine, and that's going to be a dieback. The question is, can he get out of here on the Morphling? It doesn't look like it. He's going to be stunned up. Force Staff back, Spirit Vessel, plus the Anti-Mage Morphling. Going to go down here, and it looks like D2 Hustlers might be able to tie up this series. A buyback comes through. Frank, no more split charges left. He has gone through them all, and he is just a Brewmaster. Mid lane barracks. Melee will fall. They will back out on the side of D2 Hustlers as the Ricky respawns.
Yeah, nothing left to take right now anyway, so even though Morphling's down, it's a smart move. Bottom tier 2, you still need to grab. And Roshan has respawned as well, so Anti-Mage just going to make his way over to this one. I have Scotty, Meta Style, BKB that he hasn't even had to use yet. I mean, I see no way of this guy going down. They don't have enough lockdown for him. He's not going to die in the smoke anymore with the BKB completed.
Oh, Anti-Mage jumps forward, not going to be able to find him. The shard is pretty interesting on this hero. Kataro, he's got to be careful. Esk has his number. He's got a Yules, and goodbye, Ricky. You just respawned, and you're going to go right back in the grave.
Decide to skip the Roshan entirely. They decide to I don't know. They're the wrong area of the map right now. Maybe you could just close this one out and you figure that you don't need to take Mega Creeps. And I think the safer option is just to go back for Roshan or take the bottom tier 2 and go win the Megas.
As just bottling up Yuma here. He's like, I need mana, man. I've used it all. But again, there's not a lot you can do here. MJZ on the backside just getting absolutely crushed here by the anti-mage. He just blows him up with the mana void. Again, super low cooldown thanks to this level 25 talent.
Yeah. Orpheus still down for another 7 seconds. They take down the first tier 4, but Frank forced all the way back into his base. He's almost got his refresher orb off of cooldown. He's got primal split.
He will use the first one, try and make space here, but reflected the Cyclone and Yuma. He's turning his attention over to the Snapfire. She finds him. In comes the Arena just in case, and they will find that kill. Again, back on the backside, Leo style. He able to take down the Mirana. The question is, can he stop this anti-mage? He's got to be able to grab that Ember Spirit. He has a buyback. He's going to rejoin the fight right away, and they will just tunnel down this throne, and D2 Hustlers are going to grab game number 2.
And that's it. I said it would be a tragedy if we got to a quick 2-2-0 stay, given that the last couple of days we had 2-1s, and it looks like I'm getting my wish. D2 Hustlers, they got some fight in them, and Lava, a couple of mistakes. I partially blame the outdraft, partially blame the fact that they weren't finding kills off on this anti-mage. He managed to have a game of 13-1 and 13. And yes, the Ricky managed to find kills. He started the game like 5-1, but if you aren't finding the kills on a Yuma on the AM, then you might not as well have picked this Ricky. They need to go for a different draft. They want to counter out the AM. So very clutch last pick there by D2 Hustlers. And Lava now 1 game away from dropping, despite the fact that they were sitting, God, what was it, 12-4 at the end of the group stage, the
Yeah.
top seed, just like Infamous.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Yuma finished the game 13-1 and 13. Like, he just really wasn't pressured here in this game, and part of that is, like you said, the Ricky just didn't really accomplish what they were hoping
It was
it
the
would.
fact that he didn't have a meteor hammer and a sleeping
I
dart,
mean,
right?
I didn't want to say it, Neff, but you
Uh-huh.
know I was thinking it literally the whole game.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just one of those things. This anti-mage got off to a fantastic start, just managed to farm way too much, and Leo style on this Morphling. The few deaths that he did have early on, it really might have cost him the game. Like, he couldn't really afford to fall behind in this matchup. He needed to be able to do pretty much what the anti-mage was doing for his team. So Lava gonna fall in game 2 here, but that does force a game 3, which I'm super excited about. I know you're super excited about, and hopefully the viewers are as well.
Mhm.
So
I hope so. But one more game ahead of us for tonight, and this one is going to decide who gets to play against Infamous coming up tomorrow. So, yeah, like I said, excited, but we're going to take a short break before we hop into the third game of the night. Ricky?
all right, everyone, we'll see you in just a little bit. Stay tuned for game 3 of Lava and D2 Hustlers here on the Pro Series season number 9.